So good morning to all the students. So in the last session we discussed the concept of inserting an element in the split trace. We have taken a list of elements and then we have inserted each and every element, and after every insertion you are making a splay operation, right? So same is the case with the deletion also. In this session we will discuss the deletion of a node from the split trace, and remember that the splaying remains the same, right? So every deletion operation should be followed by a splay operation. But remember, you will get a doubt here, right? So once you delete the element, what is that that is remained in the tree for splaying, right? So here when you delete an element, you have to splay its parent. That is the important thing you have to remember, right? We will see with an example, right? So is my voice audible and it is clear, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So let me take a binary search tree like 25, and to the right let me take it as 27. This is 26 and this is 29. So let me take this as 15, and then 9, 11 and 13. So is this a BST?
Yes, sir.
So remember one more thing, that the deletion operation in the split trees is exactly similar to that of deleting the elements from the binary search tree. So how many cases we have for deletion in the binary search tree?
3, sir.
If
not
one
deleting
is
a node having one child, deleting a node having two children.
deleting a node with 0 children, deleting a node with 1 child, and deleting a node with 2 child. So the same thing happens in this split trace also, but once you delete it, you have to perform the splay of its parent. Remember, till now whenever your search is successful, you are splaying the same element. Whenever you insert an element, you are splaying the same element. But here once you delete the element, that element is not present in the split tree in order to splay it, right? So for that purpose what you have to do is you have to splay the parent of the node which you have deleted. This is very simple, right? And before this deletion, one more important point is the deletion in the split tree can be done in two ways. One is the top down approach, and the second one is bottom up approach, right? So there are two approaches for deleting the elements in the split trees. This top down approach is somewhat complex when compared to that of the bottom up approach. So what is the difference between this top down approach and bottom up approach? Means the bottom up approach, how many operations we have in this deletion?
2, sir. Deletion and splay.
Deletion and then splay, right? So if you perform the deletion first and then the splaying of the parent next, then this is called a bottom up approach. The reverse is the top down approach, where first operation you will be performing is the splay operation and the second operation you are performing is the deletion. So whatever element you want to delete, first you will splay it and then delete it, and then there involves one more operation in this which is called as join. These things you have to keep it in mind, very important points, right? So in the bottom up approach, it is a very simple thing. You perform the deletion operation of an element as you perform it in the binary search tree, and the parent of the node that is deleted should be splayed. Simple, somewhat simpler approach. But in the top down approach, what you will do is, first of all you will splay the element which you want to delete. So once you delete the root node, then you perform the deletion of the element. Here you are not going to follow the BST approach, right? You just delete it. So once you delete the root element, you will get the two different split trees, one with the left subtree and one with the right subtree, and you have to join those left subtree and the right subtree. This is what the difference between the top down approach and the bottom up approach. Is it clear? We'll see
Yes,
both
sir.
the approaches also, right? So let us go with the bottom up approach first. Why? Because it is simple. Will feel somewhat comfortable when you study this bottom up approach, right? So in the bottom up approach, what is the first thing you have to do? You have to perform the deletion and then split its parent. So let us take the case 1. What is case 1 of bind is history? It is deleting a
Zero
node
child.
with number of childs is equal to 0, right? So let me take this node. Let us delete 13. So what is that you have to first perform for deletion? You have to
Searching,
perform
sir.
the search operation. So you search for 13, and once you find that element 13, you have to identify whether that whether that node consists of whether 0 children or 1 children or 2 children, right? So you have identified that this particular 13 is the leaf node, and hence it does not consist of any child nodes. So what is the simple operation you have to do?
To delete it, sir. Right node of 11 branches is equals.
You just break this node, right? Break this link. So you just remove it. And after removing, what you have to do? You have to perform the splay of its parent. What is the parent of 13?
11, sir.
11, right? So what is that you have to do? You have to make 11 as the root node of the entire BST or entire split. So what is that you have to perform here? This 11 is placed as the right child to the parent, and the parent is the left child to the grandparent. So what is the type of rotation you have here?
Zag 6, sir.
Super. It is zig rotation. So first zag has to be performed with respect to the parent, and then for the resultant tree you have to perform the zig with respect to the grandparent. So what is that I will get here after performing the first zag rotation? So after search is successful, you have to delete it in the same manner as that of the BST, and the third step you have to do is splay its parent. So what is the parent of 11? Sorry, what is the parent of 13? It is 11. So after the first zag rotation, what will I get? It is 15 and it is 11, and then I will get 9. Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
Here I will get the elements like this. Now after this I have to make the zig rotation with respect to the 15. So after this I will get 25, left I have 11, and to the left of 11 I have 9, and to the right of 11 I have 15, and then it is 27,
27, sir.
it is 26, and then it is 29. Now still my 11 is not present as the root node. Am I right or not? So I have to again perform one, which rotation it is? Zig or zag?
Zig, sir.
Zig rotation with respect to 25. So after this zig rotation I will get the elements like this. It is 25, and to the right of 25 I have 27, and I have 26, and then 29, and the left child of 11, 15 is placed as where I should
Child of 25, sir.
Left of 20.
left child of 25. So this is how we have to splay the parent. Is it clear up to this point?
Yes, sir.
So case 1 we have dealt, that means deleting a node from the split tree which consists of 0 children. Let us go with the other case, right? So In this case, let us delete 27. Case 3. We'll see what happens with the case 1 also, not an issue. But we'll see what happens while we delete this 27. Right. So you please remember this diagram.
Okay, sir.
So what is that I got here? It is 11. To the left I have 9. To the right I have 25. And here
15, sir. 15, sir.
15. And it is 27,
Right,
I think,
27.
right? 27. This is
Left
26 and
26.
this is 29.
Yes, sir.
Right. Now my case is to delete 27. So I have performed the search operation on this display tree according to the BST. 27 compared with 11 greater than, go to this right hand side. 27 compared with 25 greater than, go to this right hand side. Now I have found that 27 is present at this location, and I have identified that 27 consists of two child nodes. So this comes under the case of case 3, which consists of number of childs is equal to 2. Right. So what is that you have to do? When a node is having two children, it has to be replaced first with either the in-order successor, in-order predecessor, or in-order successor. Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
Right. So who is the in-order successor?
29, sir.
29, sir.
29. Who is the in-order predecessor?
26,
26,
sir.
sir.
26. Right. So this is not explaining the full concept. Let me take this case 25. Right. So let us modify our discussion with 25. So here my case is to delete 25. In order to explain the concepts clearly, that is what I am doing, right? So delete 25. So I have searched for this 25 and I found that 25 is present in the split tree and 25 is having two child nodes, right? Now tell me, what is the in-order predecessor of 25?
15, sir.
15, right? What is the in-order successor of 25?
26, sir.
26, sir.
Right. So this is 15 and this is 26. So let us go with the in-order successor. Why I am not going with the in-order predecessor means nothing is there with this, right? So you just replace this 25 with 15, that's it. But in-order successor means you have to go in this direction and then you have, that means you have to go towards the right child and then you go deep towards the left of the right child. So 26 is found to be the element that is to be replaced here. Right. So what is that you will do? 26, you have to replace this 25 with 26. So once you apply another recursive function, you will get this deletion. You need to delete this one. So this is again a case which is equal to case 0. Am I right or not? Where the number of childs is equal to 0. So you just delete it. After deletion of this (25), right? What happens here? The next operation, immediate next operation we have to perform is splaying of the parent. So what is the parent of 25 in the earlier case?
11,
Here
sir.
25 is
11,
11,
sir.
right? So you have to splay 11. But you can observe here that 11 is already the root element. So is there anything to splay here?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
No. So you leave it like that. Is it clear up to this point?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now we will go with the third case where you want to delete a node with one child. So let us delete this 27. Right. So our next case is deletion of 27. So since you are following the bottom up approach, first you have to delete 27 and then you have to perform the splay of its parent. What is the parent of 27?
26, sir.
Right. So how do you delete this 27? First of all, you have to perform according to the deletion of BST of a node consisting of one child. You have to first search for 27. Okay, I have found 27 and I found that 27 is having only one child node. So what I should do? I should replace this 27 with the child node 29, and this comes again, it is equivalent to case 0. So you just remove this last node like this. Right. So deletion of 27 is completed. After deletion, what you have to do? As a second step, you have to perform the splaying of 26. So how do you splay this 26? What type of rotation you have to follow?
Zags.
Zag. Since 26 is placed as the right child of its parent and that parent is the root node, you just perform the zag rotation on this tree. So after performing the zag rotation, I'll get 26 as the root node, 11 as the left child, and 9 comes to the left child of 11, and 29 is the right of 26, and the left child 15 of 26 will be coming to the right child
Right
of
side of left 11.
11. So this is how you are going to perform the deletion of an element from the split tree in the bottom up approach. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now another case let us discuss. Right. This is somewhat interesting case. For example, I want to delete an element which is not present in the tree, not present in the split tree. For example, let us take a case delete of 20. Right. Delete of 20. So here you can observe that you perform the search operation on this for this 20. So 20 is less than 26, go to its left hand side. 20 is greater than 11, go to its right hand side. 20 is greater than 15. There are no elements. So even though the search is successful, listen carefully, even though the search is unsuccessful and deletion is also unsuccessful, but after performing the search, what you have to do? You have to splay its parent. That is what you have to perform as the additional step in this deletion. Right. Even though the element is not present, even though you are not deleting, so the search becomes unsuccessful, and if it is the case, then you have to splay its parent. So what is the parent of 20? What is the parent of 20? If I have 20, I will assume that 20 will be here. Am I right or not? So the parent of 20 becomes 15. So I have to splay 15. This is what you have to do it using this split trees. Is it clear? So if I splay 15, what should I get? What operations I have to perform? Rotation. What rotations I have to perform? Right. It is zag and zig. So after zag operation, I will get the tree like this: 15, 11, and 9, and this is 29. And after zag operation, I will get 15, 11, 9, 26, and 29. So this is one additional thing you have to perform in the split tree deletion. Is it clear up to this point?
Yes, sir.
Clear, sir.
Right. So if it is a root node, nothing to splay. But if it is not the root node, you have to splay the parent after deletion, or even though if the element is not present, if the search is unsuccessful, then also you have to perform the splay of its parent. So this is one additional point you have to remember. Right? Is it clear?
Clear, sir.
Yes, sir.
So we have one more technique called the top-down approach. So what is that I have told in the top-down approach? What is the first operation you have to perform?
Display of parents.
First you have to perform the display of the element, and then you delete the root node, and then here there is no need to follow the BST rules, right? And then you have to perform a join operation. We'll see what is there in it, right? So let us take an example here. Is it a BST or not? Is this a binary search tree or not?
Yes, sir.
Now let us consider the case where I want to delete a child node with 16, right? Don't worry about how many child nodes are present. Why? Because we are not going to consider the BST deletion here. Let us delete 16. So in the top down approach, what I have to do, I have to split this 16. So I have to make this 16 as the root node. So what is the rotation I have to follow for this one?
Zag, sir.
It is zag. So for the first zag with respect to the grandfather, I will get it as 14 followed by 12, and it is 9 and 7 and 10. And to the right I have 16, 15 and 19. And then again you perform a zag operation like this. So what should I get? I get it as 12, 16 followed by 14, 12, 9, 7, 10, 19, 15. Is this correct or not?
Yes, sir.
Right. So listen carefully. So once you split the element, you just delete the root element. So if you delete the root element, what is that I am getting here? I am getting two trees, two split trees. One is the left subtree and the second one is the right subtree. Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
So splitting is completed, deletion is completed, and the third one you have to do is the join operation. So how do you perform a join operation? Means you have to combine or join this right subtree with the left subtree, right? So how do you combine this right subtree with the left subtree? Means you have to find the largest element in the left subtree. Very important operation in the join, right? Largest element in the left subtree. What is the largest element in the left subtree?
15, sir.
So how do you find the largest element? You go towards the right subtree of this left subtree. So 15 is the largest element in the left subtree. Now again you perform the split of the largest element, split of 15. So what should I do here? Split of 15 in left subtree.
Zag rotation, sir.
You have to perform a zag rotation around 14. So I will get like this: 15, 14, and then 12, and then 9, and then 7, and here 10, and the right subtree remains 19 only, right? Now what you have to do is you have to make this 19 as the right child of the largest element from the left subtree. So you just join it. This is called the join operation. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So joining is nothing but you combine the right subtree, or you attach the right subtree as the right child of the largest element of the left subtree. So remember, I will write like here. Join operation is joining the right subtree, okay, to the largest element of left subtree. This point you have to remember. Is it clear?
Clear, sir.
Right. So what is your next hour?
3 3
Ah,
3 3 అంటే ఏం 3
mathematics.
No, sir. It is
సిలబస్ అయిపోయింది సార్.
Okay, shall I continue for 5 more minutes?
ఎస్ సార్.
Okay. So you please remember the last diagram, this one, right?
okay, sir.
So tell me what is the last diagram I got here. It is 15, 14,
Left 12, sir.
19,
12,
12,
sir.
9, 7, 12. Right. So let us take another case. Let us delete 12 here. Let us delete 12 using top down approach. So in the top down approach you have to splay this 12. So what is the rotation I have to follow for splaying this 12?
Zig.
Zig. Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
So initial zig operation I will get like this, 15 and then 19. Here I have 12 followed by 9 followed by 7 and then 10. Another zig operation I will get like this, 12 followed by 9, left is 7 and right is 10. Here I have 14, 15 and 19. Is it correct or not?
Yes, sir.
Now you delete this node, root node. You can delete the root node. So what are the elements of the left subtree? This is the left subtree and this is the right subtree. So you have to perform join operation here. What does join operation say? You have to attach the right subtree as the right child of the largest element of the left subtree. So what is the largest element of the left subtree? How do you identify the largest element? Go deep towards the right hand side of the root node. So in this particular left subtree the root node is 9. When you go deep I have the 10 as the largest element. So you splay this 10. You make this 10 as the root node. So what is the operation I have to perform here? What is the rotation I have to perform to make 10 as the root node?
Zag, sir.
This is zag. So once I perform zag I get like this. And you attach the remaining elements or the right subtree as the right child of 10. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Right. So let us take some more different cases, right? For example, I want to remove 12. What is that you have to do in the top down approach? You have to split 12, but 12 is already present as the root node. So there is no splaying of 12, so you just remove this one. So how many trees you are left with?
2, sir.
2. You have to perform the join operation. Join operation is nothing but joining of the right subtree as the right child of the greatest element in the left subtree. What is the greatest element in the left subtree?
10, sir.
This is LST, right? Left subtree. And this is RST, right subtree. So what is the largest element in LST? 10. Do you need to splay it?
No, sir.
No, not required. Why? Because 10 is already present as the root node, nothing to splay. So you make this as it is and you attach the right subtree to the right as the right child of 10. This is another case. So if the largest element is already present as the root node, there is nothing to splay. That is what I want to tell. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Let us take another example. So after splaying, see here, listen carefully. After splaying, I got 7 as the root node and I want to delete 7 here. Right. So what is that I will do here? My operation is delete of 7. Let us take this BST. Is it the BST or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, right. So I want to delete 7. According to the top down approach, I have to splay 7, but since 7 is already placed as the root node, nothing to splay, therefore you have to just delete it. Listen carefully. After deletion, what are the elements to the left subtree? There are no elements in the left subtree. Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
What are the elements of the right subtree? All these things comes under the right subtree only. Is it clear?
Clear, sir.
So how do you perform a join operation? Since there is no largest element or there is no left subtree, the right subtree becomes the final splay tree. If there is no left subtree. If there is no left subtree, remember that the right subtree remains as it is. The right subtree will be considered as the final splay tree. This is what you have to remember here. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
What happens to the other case where we have only left subtree and there is no right subtree? Do we need to consider the left subtree as the splay tree or do we need to do anything? Do we need to do something else?
We should consider the left subtree as split, sir.
We should consider the left subtree as the final splay tree. Is it your answer?
Yes, sir.
No, the answer is not correct. Why? Because whenever we are left with only the left subtree, you have to perform the join operation. In the join operation, what is that you are doing? You have to find the largest element of the left subtree and you have to splay the largest element. So up to that point, that means splaying of the largest element from the left subtree is to be performed and that becomes the final resultant splay tree. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Right. So let us take this example. Now delete 17 using top down approach. What is that I have to do here in the top down approach? First of all, I have to place 17. So let me do the first operation, place 17. So what rotation I have to perform for 17?
Zag, sir.
First you have to perform zag. So zag off with respect to grandparent and then with respect to this one. So what is the final tree I will get? Any direct answer can you tell?
Ten, sir. Right side will be 17, sir.
Right side will be 17, super. What about the left
Left
child?
child will be 15, sir.
It is 15.
And 15 left will be 14, sir.
15 left will be 14.
Left
And
of
then?
14, 10, sir.
I have 10. Is this correct? Right. So another zag operation I have to perform. Right. Why? Because 17 is not still split to the root node. So I have to perform a zag operation with respect to a parent. So what would I get? It will be 17. Tell me, what would I get?
10, sir, left.
10.
Left
And
of
then?
7, sir.
7. What happens to the left child of 17?
10's right will be 15, 14, 10.
It will be 15, 14. Oh, sorry, not 2 tens, right? Let us take it as that 12. So what is the element I have here?
Ten, sir.
Is this correct or not?
Yes, sir.
Right. So we are confused that we have given two elements, the similar elements, but two similar elements is not possible in case of binary search tree. Right. So 10, and I have replaced this 10 with 12. So the final tree after playing 17 is this. This is the result I got. So what is the second step you have to perform? Delete 17. So after deletion of 17, I will get the trees like this. So I will get the left subtree which consists of all these elements 10, 7, 15, 14 and 12. And what happens to the right subtree? Is there any element present in the right subtree?
No, sir. Null.
No. Right. Now tell me, the third step is join. Join means the right subtree should be joined as the right child of the largest element of the left subtree. So in order to find the largest element, you have to split the largest element from the left subtree. So you should not leave the tree like this. When the right subtree is empty, you should not leave it like this. That is not the final result. You should split the largest element from the left subtree and then you leave it. That's it. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what is the largest element from the left subtree?
15, sir.
15. So I have to split 15. So I should perform a zag operation. So once I perform a zag operation, I will get like this. What happens to this 14?
Right of 10, sir.
Right. So this is the final split tree or the resultant split tree. Never ever leave the left subtree as it is. Why? Because you have to perform an additional operation where you have to split the largest element from the left subtree. for performing the join. So once you perform the splaying of the largest element from the left subtree, that becomes the final split. Is it clear up to this point?
Clear, sir.
So can anybody tell me what are the applications we have with this split trees?
Cache memory sheet.
Super, right. The first and foremost application we can say for these split trees is they are used to implement the caches. Right. Similarly, is there any additional information that you need to store at each and every node like AVL trees and red-black trees?
No, sir.
No additional information is needed to store at each and every node. Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
So similarly, these are used in some of the practical applications, and you can observe that it is easier in implementation with when compared to that of AVL and red-black trees. Their implementation is easier. Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
So, and the main advantage, you can write this application as cache, and all these things are advantages, right? And one of the advantages we get from here is better performance. When do we get better performance?
When time complexity is less, sir.
Better performance when the frequently accessed nodes are accessed again and again. That means whenever you have frequent access of a particular element, this particular split trees will perform better, right? Why? Because the frequently accessed elements are always played and they are kept as the root element. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
And can anybody tell me what is the drawback of this one? Anybody?
Height is not balanced, sir.
Super, right. This is not a height balanced, even though we are saying that it is height balanced or it is a self adjusted binary search tree, but this is not strictly height balanced. Am I right or not? In the previous case also, while discussing the introduction, I told that this is roughly height balanced, right? So the disadvantage of this not strict height balanced is sometimes the tree may end up in a skewed binary tree structure. That means it may end up in a time complexity of big O of n. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So the tree may end up in a not exactly the skewed binary tree, but it will extend in only one direction. In such case, you will have the time complexity which is equal to it's not equal to big O of n, it is something like theta. What is the theta notation we have? What is the theta notation? What are the three types of notations you have for measuring the time What is that one?
Theta, omega and big O, sir.
Yeah, please tell me whether theta is the what is that one? Worst case time complexity or average case time complexity or the best case time complexity?
The average case time complexity, sir.
Super, right. So the theta notation represents the average case time complexity. So in the average case, it may perform, that means the split tree insertion or deletion or search operation may perform, and it may end up with a time complexity of theta of n. So that is the only disadvantage we have with these split trees. Is it clear up to this point?
Yes, sir.
So this is end of this session where we have in this session we have discussed very important topics related to deletion of an element from the split tree. The deletion of an element can be in the split trees can be performed in two ways. One is the bottom up approach and second one is the top down approach. In the bottom up approach, you will delete the element by following the rules of the binary search tree, and then you splay the parent. of the deleted element. Very easy implementation. But when we consider the top down approach for the deletion of an element in the split trees, first of all you have to splay the element which you want to delete. The second step is you delete the root node, thereby you will be creating two different subtrees. One will be the left subtree and another one is the right subtree. So once you have this left subtree and right subtree, you have to perform the third step, which is the join operation. The join operation is nothing but attaching the right subtree to the largest element of the left subtree is called the join operation. So first of all you have to find the largest element in the left subtree, where you have to go deep towards the right hand side or from the root node of the left subtree, and once you find it, you have to splay the largest element of the left subtree. Once you splay it, then the largest element will be present as the root node in the left subtree, thereby you can attach the right subtree to the as the right child of the largest element of left subtree. So this is the tedious task somewhat you have to implement in this top down approach of deleting an element from the split tree. And we have discussed the applications where we can implement these split trees in the cache, and some of the advantages is no additional information need to be stored at each and every node as if we have in AVL trees and the red black trees, and it is somewhat easier in implementation when compared to that of the AVL trees and the red black trees, and you can have better performance whenever you have frequently accessed elements. Right. And the only disadvantage is because of its property of roughly height balanced nature. Sometimes the tree may end up in a structure which looks like a skewed binary tree, thereby the average case time complexity may go up to n, which is represented as theta of n. So that's all for today's session, and this is end of the split tree discussions. Right. That's all for today's session. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir.